The third level in the moon is not the same like the third level of the humans. Like if you are a human and you reach the third level, then you stay within the three worlds. Then the three worlds one day will be destroyed. If there's no other better energy that you create, then the three worlds will be destroyed because they're still low. And still somehow, some percentage is physical, so it can be destroyed. But the moon people's third level is different. See, they were born like that, they were created like that, so they will not be destroyed. It's different. The moon's third level is in a different environment, a different energy, different frequency, because they stay outside of our world, you see? They stay outside of the three worlds, so they will not be influenced by this law of destruction, yeah? The moon is not destroyable because they live in another system. For example, an American citizen in America has a house, has cars, has a passport, has children, has a job, all that. And another citizen in another, maybe a very restricted country, they also have house, have children, have cars, have jobs, but they are not as free as the American citizen. And within that restricted country, their life could always, anytime, could be destroyed or be killed or imprisoned or all kinds of things can happen to them and nobody can help them. Nobody can defend them. But in America, for example, even if you are a suspect of a certain crime, but even the government gives them a lawyer for defense. But in the restricted country, you go to prison and then you will die or not or stay in prison, but nobody cares about you. The lawyer has to work for the government, not for you. And you don't have truly any private lawyer that you can pay and then you'll be free. It's different. The government will decide if you will be free and you'll be alive or not. In some restricted countries, it's like that. They don't truly have a clear law to protect their citizens and to show their innocence. Even in America also, for example, some people are being wrongly accused and already in prison and supposed to be prisoner for life or even almost going to die. But then there are other non-governmental, non-profit organizations of lawyers who will try to help these innocent people if they have some evidence or they have some confession, a true confession from that prisoner, then they will try to get all the evidence from DNA or from what kind of witnesses until they find all the evidence enough to rescue that prisoner. And many are being freed like that. Some people in America, for example, especially, before, if you are a person of color, then the chance of you being free or being defended is slimmer than if you're a real white American. I read on the internet or some magazine before. I guess it's better now. And then after 27 years, that American black person got free. And then the government even recognized their wrongdoing, pay him many millions of dollars. Of course, nothing can buy his happiness or pay for his misery inside the prison all these decades. But still, at least, you see, there is justice. And the justice is being respected and paid for even. But in restricted countries, oh no, I don't hear such things. I hear only that you will go immediately to maybe a concentration camp or a prison or whatever and even die in there, brutally, but the government would not admit it. Even just to wear a scarf or the scarf just gets loose and you don't notice, you can die. You can be imprisoned, beaten up and die, even you're just a young, vulnerable girl. Or maybe this girl is not having a clear mental ability. Some children don't have good mental capability, and they don't really know how to behave very well. And then That's it. Secret police just go arrest you, beat you up in their car, and then put you in prison, and then you die. A lot like that in some restricted countries. I don't know what God they believe in. I don't believe God would approve that. Whatever God they believe in just makes people feel repulsed and not wanting to follow your belief system. Even your own people went out to protest and all that. And you even beat them up, these protesters. You just take any of the girls you think stupid enough or young enough and bring them in prison, also beat them up and maybe kill them also. I don't know if God will ever forgive you, the leaders of such countries. I'm telling you truly, you will not be forgiven. You might be stay in hell for long time, long eons of time. The people in the moon, even the outer world of the moon, they are third level, but they are different in a different system. For spiritual reasons, they are in the moon. The distraction is almost zero there. And they're just deep within themselves, continuing with their spiritual journey. And the moon is a different material from the earth. It's not destructible. And these people are already in third level. They would never go down. But in this physical world, even some of my initiates, I lifted them up until even the fourth level. But for some reason, the dual mind would make them sometimes think negatively or be affected by family members, wife, husband, or children, and or job, and then they just think negatively, and they're down to the third level. They lost at least one step from the fourth level becomes third level. That is very big. Takes a long time to go up again. Difficult. So understand the difference, yeah? And they will reach the fourth level later, even though it takes long 1,000 years or something, yeah? Because the moon is more stable. And also within the moon, inside the moon, people are at the fourth level. So that also helps the energy to go down up to the outer level of the moon. And that helps them a lot also. So the people from this planet, if they love the moon so much and practice well somehow, for some reason, have enough merit, and reach the same level, the same frequency as the moon people there, then they can come and get you up there. But any other people cannot do that. You can't even visit the moon by an astral body. Can they? Let me ask. Oh, no, they cannot. Even if you, like a human, use an astral body to go up to the moon and visit the moon, you will not be able to go in. Because the system there is also spiritually scanning you. It's not just physical ID, but the aura. They will scan you by your aura, by your spiritual energy, by your spiritual frequency. So you can't just go there if your frequency does not match. It's not the same as the moon people, whether outer or inner. I'm saying outer of the moon, but they all have their system. It's a world, it's not just the way we look at it like that. Outer or inner, they have the world within. The inner is physical world. You can see them, they're like humans, but they're more beautiful. And the outer world, even though you don't see the world because this is the different world, it's a different frequency. So it's invisible. But still, they all have the world inside, and nobody can enter without permission or without an invitation from these moon people or sun people. So don't try, huh? Oh, actually, we talk about the moon. I would like to clarify also a little bit about the moon. When I said the moon people came from the peace world, it doesn't mean like those words that we have in our planet, like peace people world or disturbing peace world, not this kind of world. But in terms of the world, like our world, planet. So the moon people came originally from a distant planet. And because they had this intergalactic war problem from the neighbor, aggressive people, they just left their planet and went to the moon. So I just want you to know that it was a great race, not just came from a small little corner of a planet, but a planet by itself. That planet where the moon people came from was just like our planet, with human-like beings who lived on it. But they are in a better level of consciousness, the fourth level. As I told you, the fourth level in terms of the 5 consciousnesses that from our earth to the 5th level, the 5th dimension of spiritual frequency. So they are on the 4th. That was about the people who are living inside the moon. And the people outside the moon are still on the 3rd level. But they are spiritually very strong. Not like a human's achievement that practice and arrived at the 3rd level. It's a similar frequency, it's just different in terms of original quality. The moon people who live outside of the moon's surface are invisible to the human eye. They could live there.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Vegan, heaven marks your compassion.